best part of my job is how broad it is. I love being able to drive our sustainability agenda across all aspects of the built environment and see the tangible effects of that change. I'm also really fortunate to work with a really diverse and talented group of people, which make my job really enjoyable.
The best part of my job is seeing the projects that I've worked on come to life and seeing members of our local community using the buildings and public spaces.
So the best part of my job is seeing the construction industry moving towards a greener future and knowing that my work contributes to fight climate change.
I get to work with a great team of people in a great business with a meaningful purpose. My job is to help identify and invest in imaginative businesses that will benefit from changes in the way in which we live and work and engage with the world and each other. And I think that's really exciting.
So the biggest challenge was leaving friends and family and a grounded job as a civil engineer in South America to come and pursue a career in sustainability.
Perhaps my biggest challenge in my career to date is the same faced by all working parents, which is managing an exciting job, stewarding your career, but also dedicating time to raising young children.
I think at a personal level, the biggest challenge would have to be returning to work as a working mum and trying to find the right balance between career aspirations and family life. But I'm lucky in that I feel really supported by both my peers and the company that I work for.
The biggest challenge for me has been studying for my undergraduate and postgraduate planning qualifications whilst working full time. So that took 6 years of hard work, but it was definitely worth it because I got to work on some brilliant projects along the way, and now I've been a chartered planner for a long time.
There's a great phrase that says you can't be what you can't see. And when I look across our office floor in London, there are no diversity or gender barriers. It's a genuinely meritocratic organisation.
If I think back to when I was first a planning assistant, I was often the only female in the room, particularly in anything beyond a senior planner role. Fast forward 20 years and it's a very different story. I work within a team of very successful and confident women. And I think for that to continue, we need to engage with young women and even teenage girls at the point in which they're making choices around further education and work opportunities.
I see a very bright future for the women, and I think we need to embrace the women that came before us, so we are where we are now because of them. And I think we need to address gender gap, provide skills, tools and knowledge for the young girls so they can succeed in their careers.
I think there's been a huge shift in diversity in the industry in the last 10 years, which is a really positive change. There are some really great structures set out at both a grassroots level and a corporate level to encourage even greater diversity. I think we're not there yet. There's definitely more work to do, but there's some really positive foundations. So I'm really lucky to work for a company like British Land, which is a real champion for diversity, and I think that value has rippled out across our supply chain here at Canada Water. So there's a huge amount of support and networks and various different things in place to help support women in the industry and help them with various different stages in their life, as well as to balance both professional and personal aspirations.
In the pensions industry, we're really focused on trying to close the gender pensions gap, which means currently that women typically retire on a third less money than men and live longer than men. So Australian Super, we're working really hard to help with solutions and raise awareness of this with our members. 42% of whom are women who own only 35% of funds under management. So the more we can do to bridge this gap, the greater the collective economic benefit for all.
In my current role, I work within a very transparent and equal pay scale for men and women, which is great. I think the challenge moving forward is opening up senior leadership roles to women. And to do that, we need to embrace genuine job shares so that women can balance their home life and do those roles effectively.
feel the company embrace myself by listening and make sure my voice is heard across the business, and also the flexibility towards the woman's needs. Exciting.
Opportunity.
Inspiring.
Landmark.